Okay.
All right, and then don't forget to, I'm gonna let people in and you can hit record.
Okay, sounds good. All right.
I'm gonna allow everybody.
This is gonna be so much fun. All right, I'm gonna press record when we get filled up. Or maybe not. Hi guys, how's it going? Approve. Oh, okay, so let's see here. I want to record first, and then we're gonna approve Riz to record. And
Yes.
then awesome. It's hot. Yes, it's hot. I'm in Vegas. I know all about hot. So let's get started with just kind of hopping in the chat saying hello and where you're from. Allow, and then start. Someone asked for an AI companion. Okay. And was that you, Riz, that asked to start an AI companion?
No, I didn't,
Okay.
but it's all good.
Okay. So there we go. There we go. Welcome. Welcome. I'm so excited everybody's getting here. This is gonna be super fun. I just love getting to hang out with you guys and especially Riz. Like I get to hang out with Riz for a couple hours today and tomorrow.
Yep.
So make sure you come tomorrow because she is going to teach you how to be a baller social media person. So she has about 90,000 agents or 90,000 people that follow her on Instagram, and she knows a couple things. So it's gonna be so much fun, and you guys are gonna get so much value. Riz, you wanna start us off here a little bit?
Yeah. So thanks again, everyone, for joining. I know we're all busy as agents, but we're not going to, go around the bush here. Okay. We're going to be straight to the point, show you strategies, show you how to get it done. Because we want you to win. Because obviously, if you do awesome in your markets, that means what? More business for you, more business for everyone else, right? So let's really hone in today, take notes, pay attention, right? If you can, put your cameras on. We want to see your faces.
Yes,
We want to
cameras
see who we're
on.
talking to, right? Like we want to see you guys. So,
I know.
it'd be amazing if you can. I know some people maybe be driving, but this is not the time to drive. But we understand if you have to drive. It's okay. So again, welcome to the 2-day summit. We're going to start off today with Wendy. Oh my gosh, let me tell you about this girl. This girl, right, was doing home sales around like 300 to $500,000. And then her friend was like, hey, let's go into luxury. And she's like, I don't know, I'm not luxury. But she was like, I'm just gonna do it. She did it. She got 14 luxury listing in 14 months, ranging from 800,000 to $12 million. Who wants a $12 million listing? Like raise your hand. $12 million, yes, yes, or even
I
more.
know you guys already did the math.
Yes. Can you imagine your
What
commission
would three
on
hundred
12
sixty
million?
thousand dollars do for you, right?
Right? And stuff like do less and make more. That is the goal, right? So that's what
Yes.
we're going to teach you today. And Wendy has the blueprint for you, and she's going to share that with you today. So I'm going to hand it off to Miss Wendy.
Thank you, Riz. All right, you guys. A lot of you guys already know me and know my story, but there's a lot of you that I don't think I've met before. So I'm super excited to inspire you all again and keep inspiring you and keep or inspire the new people in my life right now. So awesome. Well, everybody seems to be hopping in pretty good. Just make sure you turn on your cameras because I just don't do well talking to black boxes. It's kind of boring. And we're going to have a lot of time together today. And I know that's funny because Riz said we're just going to get right to the point. I'm not going to get right to the point. I am going to beat around the bush. I am going to start off with a story. Okay. So I am going to start off with my story of learning how to ride a motorcycle. So I've never rode a motorcycle in my life, right? I rode three-wheelers, quads, but nothing on like two wheels besides a bicycle. And I decided to go get my motorcycle license because I was riding on the back of Clint's Harley. And I don't know if anybody's rode on the back of Harleys, but it is so not fun. Uh, it's painful. It's not comfortable. I actually fell asleep, so I guess it is a little comfortable. I fell asleep on one of our 4-hour trips, and it just wasn't great. It wasn't exciting, and I'm all about excitement. So I told him, I'm like, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna get my own. And he goes, okay, you might want to go to Harley school. And I was like, oh, okay. They teach people how to ride. Let's go. I'll go dump their bikes. So I went to Harley school and I'm gonna go stop share for just a minute so I can kind of see you guys. This is so we're gonna do speaker view. There we go. I don't know why Riz is on speaker view. Hmm. That's crazy. Okay, so
Get to
anyway,
your view, Wendy. You got to go to your view and do
I know.
gallery.
Well, it was gallery, but I was trying to make a speaker view for you guys. But anyway, I guess we'll all look at each other. But I just wanted to say I learned how I actually failed my first round, of motorcycle riding, and I dumped my motorcycle on the test, doing the quick stop. Apparently, you're not supposed to squeeze the front brakes that fast. Anyway, so I dumped it, and that's okay. I was like, I'm bound to determine. I do not quit. I do not give up. I went back. I got my license. I passed, and I got my own Harley. So here we go. We are riding down Boulder Highway, which I live in Las Vegas. So everybody pray for me. We were riding down Boulder Highway, and my husband gets over, in the left lane. And so I was like, oh, okay, I'm supposed to be following him. So I looked, head on a swivel. They teach you head on a swivel, look all around. So I did. And there's like this pickup right here hanging back. And so when I turned the blinker on to go, he honks at me. And I was like, oh my God, okay. So I got back in my lane and I was like, oh shit. So anyway, I keep going and my husband's like, what are you doing? So I tried again. I turned my blinker on and go over and he honks again. I was like, oh my gosh. And then I see this guy and he's like hanging way back. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. And so is my husband. And I realized when I was trying to get over, I was pushing the horn. Not his horn. I was pressing the horn. It wasn't the blinker. Anyway, fun story. Anyway, super scary. Super scary. I was like trembling, my knuckles, and then we go around and we have to go around a roundabout. So I don't know if you guys have roundabouts in your area, but I mean, they're scary in a car. Can you imagine on a motorcycle? I was just like praying nobody was coming. And I was like, I don't even care if they're coming. I'm just gonna keep going. They're gonna have to miss me. I don't want to stop, right? So this is my brain, and my husband's just like la da da, been riding for years, and he just doesn't understand, right? So anyway, I make it through the roundabout. And 2 weeks later, it's my husband's birthday. We're going on a ride to Utah. So from Las Vegas to Utah, I don't know if you guys have ever made that trip, but there are a lot of mountains and curvy roads and big semi trucks. Super fun, let me tell you. I was scared out of my freaking mind. So here I go, all the way to Utah, and then we go to Zion, and there's like, switchbacks, freaking, oh my God, just gangster stuff that I am like surviving. And then we're coming back home and we get like these 50-mile-an-hour winds, and thank God I had like a headset on with my helmet because my husband was just like talking me through it. He goes, okay, lean, okay, stop leaning, lean, right? Because you got to lean in the wind. And it was blowing me so hard, and all I could think of was, this is it. This is how I'm gonna die. It's fine. I led a really good life. I literally was saying goodbye to myself. And and so anyway, I make it. We made it home, and when I got to Boulder Highway, guess what? It wasn't that scary. It wasn't that scary at all, right? I went right through that roundabout like it was nothing. So then 2 weeks later, the freeway was still, kind of scary to me. But 2 weeks later, we go to Sturgis. I ride all the way from Las Vegas to Sturgis. And I don't know. It was super fun, but that was a lot of experience. By the time I got home, it was like nothing. I had hands off the handlebars, like I had cruise control going. Yeah, so it's funny that, you just have to do the things and then the other things aren't so scary anymore. So, and I tell this story first because that's kind of how I was when I tapped into luxury, right? Super freaking scary. It was so scary to me because I am the opposite of luxury. We're going to talk more about that. Let me share some slides, but that's just a fun story to start out with. We're leaving on a 2 week trip in a couple weeks. I'm so excited. But yep, you get your confidence in luxury. It comes from doing it over and over. So just like anything. And then I like to start here and talk about these numbers. These are kind of a big deal. This is what happened when I decided to shift and tap into luxury. So I have, like Riz said, been in the three to $500,000 price range for almost 20 years. Right? Those are my people. That is my comfort zone. You know what they say about comfort zones. Nothing good happens in comfort zones. You don't grow. So anyway, but that's where I've been for quite a while, and I made the shift, and this is what happened. So I'm gonna just start off here with a little mindset. Okay. Yep, that's me walking in high heels. That's how luxury I am. All right. Yes, I drive a Jeep and I ride a Harley. I have a mobile she shed. Actually, I just sold it. I just sold it. It has staging stuff in it that I would literally go and stage like kitchen and bathrooms. Like $10 million home sellers don't think that's cute, and they're like, what is that? Anyway, I'm from Oregon. I do talk a little redneck, and obviously, I can't walk in high heels. So, do you think I had mindset issues? I absolutely did. And I feel like how you get past those mindset issues is knowing your why. It's going to be my new home soon. Isn't that beautiful? I'm going to be living in this, driving across the country, helping agents hit that higher price point, inspiring agents, training agents all over the country, helping my team grow. So I am super excited about this. And so when we'll talk about my friend that got me into this, but I really wanted to agent attract and build, my team across the country. Like I just love every part of that. I was a broker at EXP, or I mean not at EXP, before EXP, in Las Vegas for 10 years, and now I can have a team across the country, not just in Las Vegas. So I really wanted to do that. That's really hard to do when you're busy selling 50 plus homes a year. Okay. So I want to retire my husband early. He's in road construction and it's 100 and freaking 20 degrees here. Don't you think? But I want to do that for him. Yes, I do. He's going to become my truck driver instead of their truck driver. We're going to be full time RVing by next year, which I'm super excited about. And then this is our semi truck that we just bought last month. Like this is literally happening in real time. And see this right here? They have to cut it in half. They have to cut my semi truck in half and stretch it so that my Jeep can go on top of it, right? Our Jeep, our Jeep. We're still fighting over whose Jeep we're taking. Anyway, and then right here is where the fifth wheel will go, and then the Harleys will go in the fifth wheel. And that is going to be my home on wheels, at least for the next 5 years. So, anyway, knowing your why will keep you going, right? Obviously, a lot of this stuff wasn't even my why yet, right? And they say your why changes all the time. So your why that got you here today is not going to be the same why to get you to where you're going. So anyway, knowing your why, that will help you. But yes, I blame this all on Haley Jones. She is my friend, uh, realtor friend from Tennessee, and we went to an EXP event, shareholders in Florida, and she goes, seriously, we need to be luxury. She's like, let's just be luxury. And she's like, we already take amazing videos, amazing pictures. We know how to market our homes. We treat everybody like luxury. Why are we not hitting that higher price point? And I'm like, I'm fine. I'm fine right here with my friends. And she goes, really? You're selling 50 plus homes a year and you look tired. And I'm like, whatever. Anyway, she goes, look inside your MLS and see how many expired listings you have over $1 million. So I did. And there was 350. So I was like, I'm in, right? That's a lot. That's a lot of freaking properties to choose from. So that's where it all started. So how many expireds are in your area? If there are a lot and you do have luxury in your area, this is for you because it literally works in every area that has luxury. So when I first got started, I went to the masterminds of EXP Luxury. I love that. I was like, okay, yay, they're gonna teach me how to get into these country clubs and stuff like that and sell houses to these people. And sure enough, they're like, this is what you need to do. You need to play golf, play tennis, and play pickleball. And then you need to join all the country clubs. And then you need to take attorneys out to lunch. And I was like, oh, okay, that doesn't sound fun at all. I'm out. I gotta figure something else out. Like I'd rather be on my Harley riding across the country. So anyway, so yeah, this is where it all starts, this magical black book. So I figured something out. I was like, okay, we have amazing products, that I don't have as a regular broker. Like I didn't have anything this pretty. I'm in Las Vegas. Everything I had poker chips on it and don't roll your dice on pricing your property. And like everything was, Vegas. And anyway, so once I joined EXP Luxury, I was like, oh, this is probably why I never got any of those luxury listings. I don't have luxury materials. So we get this beautiful black book and order these envelopes. We have metal business cards, and I always throw a sports calendar in there because I want to be on everybody's refrigerator. And I don't know if you guys realize, but Las Vegas was never allowed to have sports, and now we get sports. So it's kind of a big deal. Anyway, and then this presentation goes inside it, and I love it because it's a picture of their home with their address on every page, and it shows them like we're going to market your home to all these platforms, and we're going to run 80 plus ads to over 100 countries. So when they're getting this nice package FedExed to their door, they're like, oh my gosh, this is nice. And she didn't sit there and blow up my phone like all the other realtors did, right? She said something good. So anyway, we target expired listings. So luxury to you guys, hey, let's take a little break here in the chat. Tell me where your luxury starts. Like, does it start at 1 million? Does it start at 2 million? Does it start at 600? In the chat, because when I talk to agents, they laugh at me when I say 1 million. Like they're from California and they're like, that's like a tear down. What are you talking about? So, okay. So we're talking, 5 million. Okay, it starts at 5 million. That's a good neighborhood to be in. 2 million. Okay. So when you're doing this, you want to not think about my numbers. You want to think about your numbers, and what it looks like for you in your area. So you're going to pull that list. We use the MLS. Yes, you can use Vulcan 7, Mojo, RedX, whatever you want. It's fine. The MLS is free. And I know that I can see if it listed or not. And I don't really trust the other programs, but it is what it is. Use whatever you want. We went all the way back 2 years when we first started, though, because a lot of people tried to sell a couple years ago and it didn't get sold. And, now maybe it's a good time. Plus, you don't have 150 people knocking down their door trying to get their home, on the market. So some of those are my favorite. So we find them on the MLS, and then we create that presentation, send it to the printer. We have a expired letter that goes on top, and then a letter on the back. We bind them all together, and the most important part is the FedEx. Well, I mean, the most important part's the book, but FedEx it to their front door. Do not mail it and cheap out and try to find a better, cheaper way, because cheaper is not better. When you FedEx or use UPS, I'm not a FedEx snob, but when you do that, they get a text message saying they got a package, right? So how cool is that that they know as soon as they get something. So anyway, that's kind of what we're doing over here. We also have amazing marketing materials, and I say this because I bombed my first 5 listing appointments. Not gonna lie. This was definitely something I had to learn. And one of the reasons was I didn't have good marketing materials, right? I didn't have anything to take with me. I was like, I sent you the book. Like, why don't you just sign the contract? Doesn't work like that. You really have to, take some good stuff. And you're going to hear me say soft touch a lot because we order them soft touch. And I'm not even kidding. When I hand them my marketing materials, they're like, oh, people are impressed. They see if you are using soft touch, materials for your marketing that you're not playing. Right. And they're like, if she's going to have this kind of marketing materials, she's probably going to be really good. So, anyway, so we have a marketing plan, 24-page marketing plan that we put together. We have 4-page soft touch brochures. And what I did initially, because as you know, I didn't have any luxury listings, I just went to my favorite photographer, Ian, and I said, hey, I'm going to be luxury. Can I buy 10 luxury home photos from you? I'm just going to use them for this brochure so I can show sellers what kind of materials we use when we go to market their home. And he's like, sure, no problem. So I used his pictures, and then I kind of just created a sample, and it said like 123, your luxury home, Las Vegas, Nevada for the address. So that worked really good because now I have things, right? So I have an amazing marketing plan. I have 4-page soft touch brochures. And then we have some postcards. We have this right here is social proof. So basically, once you start running ads on your luxury listings, you will have social proof, which is huge because people love seeing that. Anybody could say, yep, I'm a digital marketing maniac, hire me, and really what they're saying is, I know how to post it to my 500 Facebook friends. So anyway, so you'll want to have that because this is the gold. When you start your luxury listings and you start running ads, as soon as someone raises their hand and wants you to come over, they're gonna say, hey, I got your package. I like what I see. I'd love to meet with you, right? And then I'm Googling their address and I'm clicking video. I want to see what the other agent did for video. And I'm not even kidding when I say over 50% of the realtors didn't even do a video. And they're like $10 million listings and they didn't even do a video. Like I'm blown away by this. So anyway, the other ones, yes, they did a video, but they don't really know how to market because I'm seeing it on YouTube and it's been there for a whole year and it only has 127 views. So this piece is going to be super important once you do start, landing the listings and running the ads, because I can tell sellers now, that, hey, your last agent, yes, they did a video, but only 127 people saw your beautiful home. The way I do it, we're going to get over 100,000 views in the first 30 days, right? And we don't just run it to the US. We also run it to multiple countries because chances are a $10 million home buyer may be outside the US. So talking about being global, talking about knowing how to digitally market and telling them how you're going to tell the story of their home through video, you will crush your competition. I'm not even kidding. I was up against top dogs here in Las Vegas. So anyway, so that's your social proof. This right here is just like a net sheet that we recreated because I wanted something to match our brand. We do have comps. I don't send them anything about pricing or comps or anything prior to going to the appointment. That is also one of the reasons I bombed one. Like they didn't even let me come over because I started talking pricing and they are like not liking it. So yeah, don't talk about price till you get there. And then I have like a Y list with me. I have buyers and a listing package option. I love this one. Basically, this says that, yes, I'll list your home for 2.5%. And I will take iPhone photos and I'll list it on the MLS and I'll put a sign in your yard. Like I have all this basic stuff for 2.5%. And then I say, or we could list it for 3 and you get all of this, including a luxury realtor social media night that we will talk about. But so much more. The platinum is, if they need to renovate. So we have that, and you could do whatever you want there. And because I know some people go, way more than 3, whatever you want to do. I'm just excited that we actually got 3. So my first appointment that I landed, my first listing that I'll talk about in a minute, he was like, what is that? 2.5%? So anyway, 3% all the way around. Are luxury sellers scary? So this was my main fear. Not only that I didn't feel like I was luxury, that luxury home sellers weren't going to like me. So that's just the thing. I don't want them to turn up their nose at me and be like, what is this girl? She's driving, she's not in her Mercedes or whatever rich people drive, Lamborghinis. Anyway, but when I pulled up to this listing that was on there, it's 17,000 square foot home. 17,000 square foot home that Michael Jackson used to live in, right? No pressure about landing that listing. And I walk in, and the wife is in just like regular clothes. I think she even had slippers on. And they take me into the boardroom, and I look, and they had like McDonald's coffee on the table, like coffee cups. I was like, okay, first of all, they're rich because they don't spend their money on Starbucks. So noted. And second, these are just regular people, right? So we just sat down, we talked about, their past experiences, what they were thinking, da da da. They gave me a tour and just super nice people. And it was funny because the house is amazing. The sports court was like kind of old, it's been definitely there for 30 years. So I said, I'm going to do a lot of drone videography, of your property. Like it needs to look amazing from above. So I think we should resurface it. And I'm coming from home sellers that like fight me on painting the fascia board, right? So so I'm like throwing this out there, and he's like, "Oh, yeah, our last realtor didn't say anything about that." I'm like, "Yeah, it looks really bad. I mean, your home is gorgeous, but that looks really bad, and that could really help sell." And I said, and there's no pickleball, and people love pickleball. And they're like Asian, and they're like, "What's that?" Like, oh my gosh, it is the new thing. So can we turn it into a triple sports court, with pickleball, basketball, and tennis? And They're like, sure, that sounds good. Just let us know who we need to pay. $16,000. Didn't even blink an eye. And I'm like, oh my gosh, my new friends have money. They have money and they don't care about my commission. They're fixing the home. Like, I'm going to love these people. So it's so funny that it's all right here, what you think they are, and they're really not. Another one was a Lake Las Vegas, right? So there's a lot of realtors in there bumping elbows with all the freaking homeowners, in their golf carts and their socials. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is gonna be tough one. This is gonna be tough. I go in there and they're like, yeah, we like what we see, and you're different. We don't want to go with anybody here. And I thought, oh my gosh. Okay, so some people might even not like those people. So, anyway, not saying any names. I know there's some people in Las Vegas here. So, if you are a golfer out in Lake Las Vegas, I'm sorry. But anyway, just know that don't think that. That is not accurate. Okay, so going back to sellers, but yeah, that's the house. Isn't that beautiful? There's the sports court we redid. So pretty, strip view. Yep. Awesome house. Okay, follow up. Let's talk about follow up. We are going to talk about follow up that works. And as much as everybody thinks this is, where the money is, I'm not going to lie, 70% of my appointments came from just the book. So know that. So know if you can't find their phone number and can't find their email, it's okay. Send them the book anyway, because the other 100 realtors that are calling expireds didn't find their number either. So send it, send it. Okay, so 4 days after we send the FedEx out, we send an email, and it's just an email with video, super low key. It has a calendar link in it. 4 days after that, we send them a text, also super low key, right? I just wanted to make sure you receive my package via FedEx about your property at blah, blah, blah. I know you're probably super sick of realtors right now, but I would love to have a conversation with you about how I can help you get your price or maybe even more. I'm Wendy Goss, your real estate boss with eXp Luxury, and I send a picture of the book. That's it. And this one really works. This text works. So if I was to say, I feel like you didn't sell because of your price, that ain't getting you in the door. But if you say something like, I would love to have a conversation with you about how I can get you your price or maybe even more, that works. And it's not a lie. We had a listing that was on the market for 2 years at 1.3. And when we went there, I was like, oh my gosh, you wouldn't even be able to tell the home was this amazing. The home was amazing. It was on a piece of land, which is very rare for Las Vegas, right? And I was like, I think we could get like 1.5. And she's like, you're crazy. You're crazy. I've been trying to get 1.3 for 2 years. And I'm like, well, I'm pretty good at what I do, so give me a shot. Anyway, we got it. We closed in like 45 days. It was like 1.45 is what we closed. And marketing matters, right? So the other agent's marketing was terrible. And, so you want to make sure, you paint a pretty picture for everybody. So, and then 4 days after that, if we still don't hear from them, then we call. Can you tell I don't like calling? I am not a caller. So we have Sarah call, and she just basically says, hey, I just want to make sure you got my Wendy's package via FedEx, da da da. So she lands me the appointment. So that is the follow-up. Everything else is automated. Well, that's automated too, except for the calling. But we use Fellow. So Fellow is a huge deal for us. They like hop into our database and keep our entire database updated on their home's value twice a month. So, and it's big to me because our database, we have like over 120,000 people in our follow-up boss, but only like 51,000 are, buyers and sellers with emails. So anyway, so that's who they're targeting. And if you try to send emails out to 51,000 people, you are going to Google jail. So Fellow does it in some sort of way that they can do it, and I love it. So they keep them updated on their home's value. They also um, email buyers, right? Because we run a lot of listing ads, because we have a lot of listings. So when they come in clicking on that listing, they're giving us their name, email, and phone number to get the information. And we consider them buyers, right? But Follow is reaching out to them, sending them an email and saying, do you want to know what your home is worth? And they're like, yes, here's my address. And it's going right into our follow-up boss. So Fellow is turning our buyers into sellers. So it's pretty amazing. I freaking love it. We also use Real Marketing. So Real Marketing is I'll show you kind of what the brochure looks like, but it's like a luxury market report that goes out to them via mail. So this is the follow-up. So we do this simple email, text, call, and then let Fellow do their thing, and then we set up Real Marketing, and here we go. So some of them, are coming in a lot later because maybe they weren't ready, but we're staying in front of them every month, so it's a thing. All right, for all of you video lovers, these are videos talking directly to luxury home sellers, right? I have been coached by Krista Mayshore. She told me to talk to the pain. So when I, tapped into luxury, I really didn't know the pain of luxury home sellers. I know the pain of regular home sellers, right? Am I gonna make enough money? Do I need to get this ready? The electrical plates, the fascia board, right? So they're just trying to get everything ready. And luxury home sellers are different. They want you to take care of everything. So they want, to talk about like private viewings, and agent-led viewings, and, discretion. So that's a thing. Tips for buying a luxury home too. I have that in there because sometimes when they sell, they also want to buy. So anyway, you want to make some luxury videos, and then we retarget them to our whole database that's tagged luxury. So we have a couple things that we do. As far as getting luxury neighborhoods into our database so we could retarget them and all luxury expireds. So that is where this comes in. So write these three things down: Mojo, follow-up boss, and street text. This is where they all talk really good together. And this is what I was just talking about, extracting all luxury neighborhood data. So we use Mojo to do that. And Mojo is a dialer. Yes, I know. I don't make calls, but I have Mojo. It's a dialer, but it has a really cool neighborhood function that allows you to extract 25,000 in 1 month. And you can do like different neighborhoods like that you want to dominate, right? So you extract that, and Mojo has a direct integration with Follow-Up Boss. So once you connect that stage to the Mojo stage, boom, all of those people with their name, email, phone number, and address are all going right into your Follow-Up Boss. And I did this because we're running our video ads through Street Text, and Street Text has a direct integration with Follow-Up Boss. So I was like, we need to get them in there for an audience, right? Little did we realize once we got Fellow, they would be talking to all those luxury neighborhoods too. So now we have luxury neighborhoods sellers raising their hand about their home's value. So like I said, it's all kind of connected and amazing, and it works. So those are the three things, plus Fellow. And then we just added our videos to an email campaign as well. And we add our videos to Fellow home value page. So like when they go to look at their home value, like everybody that owns a home over $1 million can get one of my luxury videos, right, of one of my properties so that they could see how we market. Everybody under $1 million gets a different listing that's under $1 million to show them how we market. So you can talk to different people through those platforms. And of course, the street text allows us to run videos, not just like a whole bunch of videos and pay for all of them at the same time. You can take all those videos and run them and have them rotating daily. So they are only paying once, right? $10 a day to be in front of your audience, or $5 a day if you don't have a very big database. Retargeting is cheap. So anyway, so that's kind of what we do to stay in front of them online. This is to stay in front of them on their mailbox. So this is the real marketing report. And we have it set up to be like Las Vegas luxury, right? So we have our own, um, we have Las Vegas and we have Henderson because those are the two markets we're in. But they actually set it up to where they only talk about everything over $1 million because average price point of Las Vegas is $450. 450,000. So if we were to send out a report stating that, like they would throw it in the garbage. It's not relevant to them. But if you just talk about the luxury numbers, this is really cool. People love stats, right? And you can feature one of your properties on it, which is really nice because then you could take it to your listing appointment and say, this report goes out to thousands of elite home sellers just like you because you never know where they're going to move. And I get to feature one of my luxury listings on it, and you could be in the next one. And they already know how awesome this report is because they've already been getting it. So this works really well. Okay, let's talk about my first luxury listing. How's everybody doing? Everybody good? Okay, so I was in Cabo and I got a text, and someone just started sending me all these pictures. And then he goes, "Hi, Wendy, I got your package. I want you to list, or I want you to come over and talk about listing my home." And I knew exactly which one it was. When you do these, like, you're like, "Oh, I really hope I get that one. Oh, I really hope I get that one." Like, you start falling in love with them before you even talk to anybody. So, anyway, so I was like, "Oh my God, of course I'm in Cabo." So I texted him back. I said, "Oh, I would absolutely love to. However, I just got to Cabo. Can we connect next week?" And he said, "Absolutely." So we set an appointment, and I'm just like so excited. And the morning of the appointment, I went through the same thing I did with any, and you guys probably do this too. Oh my God, what am I gonna wear? Am I gonna trip in my high heels? Should I go rent a car because I got my Jeep? I mean, all these things. And I'm like, why? Why am I doing this? Why do I do this to myself? I should just stick with what I'm doing. I'm really good at that. And so trust me, the mindset thing is a thing. And he texts me and he goes, "Don't bother wearing high heels. It just snowed." And I'm like, because it's in Mount Charleston. Mount Charleston is just like 45 minutes away from Las Vegas. And I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is amazing. I love this guy already," right? So here I go. I put my sparkly wedding boots on and I put my jeans on and a really nice shirt and I get in my Jeep. I do not rent a car and I go up there. Heck yeah, I need a Jeep. It just snowed, right? And I pull up and he's outside and I didn't get that stink eye like I got a couple times with other people and they're not liking my Jeep thing. Anyway, and I get out and I'm feeling good. I finally feel like myself. And I was like, "Oh my gosh." And he goes, "What?" I'm like, "I love log cabins." I said, "I grew up in one, and me and my sister had to peel all the bark off the logs. And it was summertime, and I think we got paid like 5 cents a log. We had slivers up and down the sides of and we were in our bathing suits. Oh my gosh, I just remember it like it was yesterday. It was the worst. Joanna, my assistant, she's on here. She is my sister. She knows what we went through. It was crazy. Anyway, and I told him, I said, "I am just so happy it wasn't this big." Because this log cabin was freaking humongous. Anyway, he started laughing. We built rapport. I was myself. He gave me a grand tour, and it was just awesome. The other 5 appointments that I did bomb where I was trying to be someone else, right? We're trying to, be that luxury realtor, and you could tell, and when people say fake it till you make it, like sometimes you just can't, and they can tell that you're faking it. So anyway, but I could tell he really liked me. And so we sat down, we talked about the marketing. He was kind of blown away by my marketing, and he was like, "Oh my gosh, this sounds great. This is exactly what this home needs." And anyway, and then we went over the contract. So that's what I was saying. He looked at my commission. I had 2.5% on there. Like we've been at 2.5% in Las Vegas for like 7 years. I have stopped fighting over 3% a long time ago. And so that's what we just put on it. And he goes, cross this out and put a 3. Like, you're gonna work your ass off for this. And I was like, what? I'm getting a $12 million listing and a raise. And then he goes, and what is this 6 months? He goes, these take time to sell. Put a 12 right there. So then I'm locked in for a year. I got a contract. Oh my gosh, it was amazing. I was so freaking excited. And I did the best freaking video. This video has over 840,000 views on YouTube right now. So yeah, I maybe spent a little bit of money. Uh, and the cool thing is that, I did everything that I told him I was gonna do, and that's what you have to do. You can't tell people you're gonna do something and not do it, right? I did a kick-ass video. I had amazing pictures. I marketed it to the world. I spent a shit ton of money on ads. Did it sell? No, it didn't. Did it get me 13 more? Yes, it did. Right? So it's all about leverage. My husband was just like so bummed that it didn't sell. And he wanted me to relist. And I was like, the expansion decks were not complete. You literally could open the door and plummet to your death. And, so they yanked the certificate of occupancy away in the middle of my listing because I had so many views that apparently the government saw my video of, flying through the home. So fun stuff. But I was just like, I'm not sad, dude. That guy gave me a chance, and I did everything I said. And like, look at all the listings we have from it. Here's my kick-ass video. This is what I do for my sellers. You know what I mean? Like you use it, and then you're like, look at how many views this guy. I'm gonna do that for yours. So use your listing. My story of my first luxury listing that was $12 million. And this kept me going too, because every time I thought of $360,000, I'm just like, we're going to keep sending the books. We're going to keep sending the books. This is going to pay. Keep going. So that's the
Sorry,
story of.
you're freezing up a little bit.
I am. Oh no. Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. It's probably just feeling my energy. My computer's like, whoa, we can't process that fast. Okay, so if you guys don't have an amazing photographer and videographer, you need to get one, right? Because I could not look luxury without my visual marketing partner. Obviously, you guys all know I can't walk in high heels, so I have more bloopers than I do good material. I'm surprised he never fired me because we have to do 50 million takes on each thing. But like getting someone to, do this amazing video on your listings is huge. And trust me, when everybody sees it and they're ready to sell, like I had people all the time, they're like, you make me want to sell my home just so you can come do a video. And that's what you want. That's what you want. So find one of those. And you want an amazing property website, right? So this is a website that has everything about the property. It's all about the property. And I love it because you can add as many things as you want to it. And trust me, when you come to these luxury homes, I think it was a 3 hour walkthrough with this guy writing down every single thing, right? And that's what it takes for luxury, is because there's so many things they did to the home, so many things that were added. Like you don't even know if there's, heated floors. You want everything, every detail, and they want you to put all of that in the MLS, right? You can't. So make a website specifically to their home. This will have pictures, video, floor plans, 3D tours, and all the information. And then you can also take this to your listing appointment to show them what you do, for their home. So you definitely want a good property website. All right, getting into a luxury magazine. Is this something you have to do? No. But when I first tapped into luxury, I told you I was going to tell you my story. I went to a lot of new construction, Blue Heron homes, because that's where I, took my luxury videos. And there was this magazine on the counter, and I was like, oh, okay, this is where people go when they're luxury. So I called him up. I was like, hi, I'm a realtor in Las Vegas and I'm going to be luxury. So I need to be in your magazine. And she's like, okay, can we meet for coffee? Yes, please. Anyway, did I get listings from it? I don't think so. Did it look cool that I could bring it to the thing and say, I have a 4-page spread that I can, showcase your home on, and this goes out to thousands of, homeowners in Las Vegas? Yes, that, I feel like that was just one more thing that we do. So, um, a luxury website. This is kind of important. I feel like I've seen some people's websites and it's just like, yeah, I would not be a luxury. I wouldn't want to be saying I'm a luxury realtor and having that site. So if your company has just a standard website that's not very pretty, there are companies that do. I used Luxury Presence. I love them. They built this really pretty website. This is just a screenshot of it, but this is a video of Las Vegas. And they highlight all the luxury neighborhoods for me. And when you click on the luxury neighborhood, you can it starts at the most expensive and goes down. So it's all about luxury homes. So I really like that. And they did a really good job. So you want to have something luxury.
You can't hear the sound if you're wanting to
Oh, you
share.
can't hear it?
Mhm.
You can just hear me yelling. Hold on. Hold on. There it is. Can you hear now?
Yeah, there it goes.
Okay. So that was before I met CapCut. But just saying, if you post luxury content on social media all the time, what are people going to think? People are going to think you're a luxury realtor. You're out there showing and selling luxury homes, right? Home tours. People love home tours. And if you just go there and say, this is what, $5 million gets you in Las Vegas. This is what, $12 million gets you in Las Vegas. Whatever home you're at, just saying something like that, DM me for info. That works. because my friends were like thinking I was a luxury realtor before I even got a luxury listing. So if you can fool your friends, you're gonna fool the world. So, but it's all about consistency. So constantly like posting something. You can do home tours, you can highlight companies that service luxury homeowners, like they have mobile detailers coming to their house. So, maybe interview some mobile detailers. They have people that come in and cater, because they have a lot of parties. I'm just assuming they have a lot of parties. I would if I had their house. But anyway, things like that. And then you can even just have luxury home seller mindset words on screen. I know that sounds silly, but talk to ChatGPT, they will give you those. And then you go into Canva and you literally can just go luxury kitchen or luxury living room or luxury home. And it gives you all these videos. You just pop them into a reel, put the words on the screen, download it, and add trending sound. So just make sure you're constantly doing that. That way people will think that you're luxury before you even are. So you want to definitely do that. And then we're going to talk about running ads on your listings. So, this is the YouTube part is huge because it's not going to get you a ton of leads. That's not how it works. It gets you a ton of more listings, right? So when you could say this is how many people are going to see your home, that's huge for your next listing appointment. Um, but the fact of the matter is that Google is related to YouTube, right? So you definitely want your videos on there and you want to use keywords, right? So if you want some organic traffic too, you want to use keywords like moving to Las Vegas, living in Las Vegas, cost of living in Las Vegas, like those things that people are Googling, you want people to come to your videos. So that's how you can get them there organically. Obviously, running ads is another way. And it's kind of funny because I thought I was just going to get a lot of views on my videos, right? And then all of a sudden, I'm at 83,000 subscribers, right? I was like, wait, that was another happy accident. Like, I didn't even know people would start subscribing when you start doing this. So that's 83,000 people see when I post a new luxury home video. They get an email. They get an email saying when you just posted a new video. So how cool is that, right? So your subscriber list goes way up. Plus, you'll be able to tell, future home sellers like how you market on YouTube. And then for Facebook, it's kind of funny because $10 million home sellers laugh at you when you even talk about marketing their $10 million home on Facebook. They're like, yeah. I don't think so. They're not even on Facebook, which is probably another reason why they're rich, right? Because they don't just sit there on social media all day. But when I tell them, we're not just gonna run your video ad in your area. We have a migration map that tells us where people are moving from. And so we run ads directly to those cities. That way, if they're thinking about moving here, here's a luxury home. So we talk about it that way. And when you tell them that's your strategy, then they change their whole mindset. They're like, oh, okay, yeah, because you may not be on social media, but your buyer may be. So we definitely talk about that. Okay, so after I realized that this worked, I decided to put it all down on paper. Like, this is everything that we're doing. This is what worked. This is what didn't work, right? And so we built out this luxury workflow, starting with the hardcover presentation book supplies. And then the books, they take about 3 to 4 weeks to get back. So while the books are getting made, we start getting marketing materials ready for the listing appointments, right? Like I said, you want those 4-page soft touch brochures, you want the marketing plan. I have a bunch of Canva templates in there that you can grab. You want to be ready because when you start sending the books out like this works. It works so good, and they will be raising their hand. So, anyway, so you want to work on getting those ready. And then you also want to work on getting your videos done, getting a luxury website, posting luxury all the time on social media, and getting your FedEx account set up. So those are the steps that you're going to do while your book is getting made. So step 3, the books are here. You are going to weekly time block your schedule. You can do this in less than 5 hours a week. Like the books, getting them out, well, unless you revamp the whole entire presentation. But but the presentation takes like 30 seconds to make. You save it, you do 10 of those. I did 13, but most of the people in my coaching do like 10 a week, and you get them to the printer. So anyway, so you want a weekly time block. So Mondays you want to go over the expireds, you want to grab the picture, the address, build the presentations, and get those to the printer. And then you want a printer that is quick turnaround. So you want to make sure you get them back by Tuesday or Wednesday at the latest so that you can make the books, put them in the envelopes, and get them to FedEx so they can FedEx them so they can hit their front door by Friday. So that is your new job of getting those done every week. We do a deep dive into finding and tracking the expireds, the follow-up process, how we retarget expireds in all luxury neighborhoods, what to say to the seller when you get to the listing appointment, real marketing automated reports. And then your next step is marketing your listing once you get one, which that is usually month 3. You're going to start making sure you have the best property websites, order your 4-page soft touch brochures. And with these brochures, you're going to send 50 out to the neighbors, right? And when they feel them and scan your QR code and see your amazing video, trust me, if they want to sell, they will be calling you. I got a $7 million listing from my $12 million listing just doing this. So definitely get those out. I leave the other 50 in the property for our luxury realtor social media night. So I really like this part, mainly because when I decided to be a luxury realtor and I was texting and calling luxury realtors and asking them if I could do, videos of their properties, nobody was calling or texting me back. So I said, when I become a luxury realtor, I'm going to give everybody an opportunity to be luxury, right? So that's why we started having them. Plus, when you have a listing like this, the sellers don't want an open house, right? Because you're supposed to be getting proof of funds for everybody that walks through that door, right? Because and so they don't want just everybody in and out of their home. Some don't care. You can, but most of them, like $10 billion, they're like, anybody in here that's not supposed to be in here. So proof of funds. Anyway, this gets you around that. So when I tell them I'm going to have 30 to 40 little mini-me's running around here getting social media content for their socials and for all their elite clientele, like it's huge. Our photographer comes in, he videos each agent. Like each agent gets to do a little reel, like a little hook at the beginning of the video, like, hey, are you looking for a home in like Las Vegas, under $4 million with an amazing view of the lake? You're going to love this home. Let's go take a peek. So he takes that little hook and he tacks it onto the reel that he already made for the property and airdrops it right to the agent, right? Agents love this. And I love it because now they have the opportunity that I didn't have. And so I love realtor social media nights. And if you're trying to build your team, this is a really good way to do it. I've gotten a couple really, really great agents from these events. And these are people that are on the same, journey as me. They want to do the same thing I am. So you're kind of attracting your tribe. So it's amazing for team building. Okay, so going back to here. Then we're gonna also do a deep dive and show you how to run ads on your property video in YouTube. and the marketing update to the seller. So we do a video because, like I said, when you tell the seller you're going to do something, you need to show them what you're doing. And it's really hard to show them, like, with just stats. So I pull up YouTube, I pull up all my Facebook ad bundles, I pull up my 4-page soft touch brochures that I printed. I pull up my social media reel from our luxury event. Like I pull up every single thing that I do, the property website, the video, the YouTube video. Like I have everything already. And then I do a screen share and I show them like the analytics. This is how many people saw it. This is how many leads that came in. These are all the people we're talking to. The social media realtor night went great. These are what we sent to your neighbors, so you want to make sure that you're telling them everything that you do, because they don't sell overnight. I'm so used to listing on Thursday, sold by Sunday, but luxury takes a little bit longer. So keep them updated. And then we also, so we built that course, and then we also built out a workshop that happens every Monday where I do like a complete training on one of those things, and then we get to have questions and answers and share wins. We do have wins, and it's every Monday at 10:30 a.m. PST in the Zoom room. And then this is some student success stories. Liliana in Florida, she went from $400,000 listings to 3 over $1 million. She sent this book out for 3 weeks, 10 a week, and got 3 listings over $1 million. Right? That was way better than what I did. I bombed my first 5, but that's the cool thing is I told everybody what not to do, and so gave them a little fast track. Lori in Utah, she got a 3.3 at 2.7. And I think she just got a 2.2, but she just closed on a 4.5. And then Elizabeth in California landed a $25 million listing appointment and just got a $5 million listing. Laura in California got 2 listings over $1 million. Crystal in Nevada went from $400,000 listings to 3 over $1 million. Scott in Colorado, he landed 2 listings at $2 million each. And I mean, it's just cool. It's cool seeing everybody, duplicate what I did all across the country where there's luxury. There are some areas where this is not going to work. If you're in an average of $200,000 listings, you probably don't want to go this route. But everywhere there's luxury, if you're actually doing the things, it does work. So I want to talk about goals. All right, so I was at Brent Gove Inner Circle, and Dean Graziosi, he was up there speaking to us. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of him, but he's pretty amazing. And he was talking about, he goes, okay, I'm gonna stop sharing screen. Okay, let's say everybody in this Zoom room had a goal to lose 5 pounds by the end of this year. Okay, who here would wait till December 25th to do a fast or a cleanse to lose those 5 pounds? Be honest, be honest. You wouldn't wait till December 25th? Okay, yeah, I know I would. I know I would. So nothing, so you need to make sure, first of all, why are your goals so far away? And why are they so small? He goes, you got to move your goals up. You got to move them up and make them bigger. And it's just kind of crazy that that's kind of what I've been doing. So when he said it, I was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. So when I got here to EXP, I was like, we're going to get out of production in 10 years. We're going to be out of production in 10 years because Clint's going to be retired, and that's when our life is going to start, right? And I can do that here, right? As a broker, I didn't really have an exit plan. I didn't have a savings account. My Jeep and my Harley are my, retirement plan. Like that's where all my money goes. So I'm a terrible, terrible saver, but I'm an amazing spender. Anyway, so that was my goal when I got here, and then after the second year of being here at EXP, I was like, oh, I could probably move this shit up. Like, let's do a 5-year plan. This is a 5-year. I know people that have been here for 5 years. They're totally out of production. They're just agent attracting. They're making 50 to $100,000 a month. That's gonna be me, right? So after year 2, that's where we were. We decided to hit luxury and do a fast track, right? Because I was like, I can't agent attract if I'm busy closing 50 plus deals a year. So anyway, so luxury kind of gave us a fast track. And when you go from, $10,000 paychecks to $100,000 paychecks, like this fast tracks your life. And I was like, okay, after year 2, year 3 hits, and which I've been here at 3 years in March. And we now are like, we're gonna go full-time RV next year. Like, why wait 5 years? Why wait a couple more years? Let's go. So basically that's kind of what I've been doing. And I just closed my last transaction last month. I've been in real estate 20 years. I've been giving all my business to my team starting January 1st, and it's just amazing. So, like, if just know that there is a way. Obviously, hitting luxury did that for me, and being at the right company did that for me. So, make your goals bigger and make them closer because you want to like shift and do something today to get them done. Like if you have that tiny goal all the way up till the end of the year, and you could probably crush it the last week of the year, you're not going to change anything that you're doing today to make that happen. So anyway, I really like that he said that. That hit home for me. And so you want to make sure you are doing that. This right here is to book a strategy call with me. If you are interested in doing my program, you absolutely can book a strategy call. There's no commitment to it. We're basically just going to have a conversation to see, number one, what luxury looks like for you. Number two, what luxury looks like in your area. And then, see if this is something you would like to do. So right here is it will be a form to fill out though, and when it says what agent invited you or what agent referred you, if you guys got invited by another agent to this Zoom room, just put their name down because I want to make sure I give them a big hug and thank them and appreciate them. So anyway, so that is what that is for. Now, you guys heard me talking about the migration map, right? So this is where people are moving from to your area. So scan this. This is where you're going to find that. It is a super cool tool. It's absolutely free. You're just going to go to the closest big city that you're in, and it will tell you everybody, or it will tell you all the cities of where people are moving from. And then that's where you want to run your ads. All right, everybody get that? Okay. Street text, you heard me talk about street text. This is a super cool tool that you can use to run any kind of ad you want on Facebook and Instagram. There's also retargeting. They also have AI stuff in there that's like game changer. It will like change your whole ad to make it better. Like it's really, really cool. And then they also have the ad bundles that I was talking about. So if you want a 7-day free trial, go ahead and scan that. Right there. Got it. All right. Mojo, extract luxury neighborhood data. If you didn't write that down, you could scan that code. That will get you to Mojo. And remember, like I just used it for 1 month to pull 25,000 pulls and then I canceled it. So don't tell Mojo I told you that, but that's kind of how I used it. You can keep it. It's an amazing dialer. A lot of people use it, but that's how I used it. Fellow, keep your sellers updated on their home's value and turn your buyers into sellers. So scan that. You will be meeting with Gus. He's amazing. And he will get you all hooked up with that. We will also put this slide deck in the email along with the replay of the video. So thank you guys for coming. But here we go, real marketing. This is that beautiful luxury market report that gets mailed to your luxury expireds. And this is Alvin. You're going to meet with him to talk to him. Just tell him you were on Wendy's call and you want to do what she does, and he will hook you up. And then this is Tech Tuesday. So I do like tech. Obviously, there's a lot of tech stack in what I'm doing. I run Tech Tuesday with Wendy. It is completely free. So go ahead and scan that and get into the group. Watch as many replays as you want. And we go live every Tuesday morning at 8 a.m. PST. And that is it. How did I do? I feel like I went a lot faster than I was supposed to. All right, time for Q&A. Let me have it. Do we have anything in the chat? Do you guys want to look at anything that I had? Because this training goes all the way till 11 o'clock. So I'm yours for 45 minutes.
Hi, Wendy.
Hi.
So good. Thank you so much for putting this together. I learned so much from just this short period of time. I had a question in terms of costs with your photographer, videographer. For one, I mean, I'm sure some houses may require a little bit of different marketing to highlight certain things, but what's the average, let's say, package that they charge you for photos and videos? Like,
Right. Well, mine here in Las Vegas, which I know is different in other areas, he charges for luxury. You know, I think it's everything 5,000 square foot or more or whatever. He does like a whole package. So he has a full video without me, right, that you can use for your MLS. And then he has a full video with me in it talking. And then we have drone pictures, drone video, um, a full photo package, two reels, one with me in it and one without.
mm,
So there's a couple of those. It does include a full website. So the website I showed you, it includes
mhm.
that. It also includes the marketing package with it, which is like 30 to 60 days of content that you can post from your listing
Mhm.
that sits right in there. And then, oh, and a blooper reel. And that might just be for me, but he gives me a blooper reel. I get more engagement on blooper reels than I do my good content. But anyway, so all that together, he charges $2,000.
Oh, wow, that's really good. That's
Yeah,
really
I
good.
know. I feel like it's because he really likes me and he does the same for my team here in Las Vegas. So anybody on my team gets that same deal. He may charge differently outside of my team, but that's what we get. Um,
Awesome.
but yeah, and then I do run the YouTube ads. So my first 30 days, just in case you want to know that, there's three different ads that you run. I run $200 on each ad, which is $600. That's the first 30 days. I want to push it as hard as I can because I told the seller I would, right? And it really ramps up, the views. And then $400 on Facebook. So I always tell everybody, like, I just, I have 300 or $3,000 per listing. And if it doesn't sell in the first 30 days, guess what? It's going to cost more. But the thing is you're going to make more too. So just hang
Mhm.
in there. Hang in there. Awesome. Good
Thank
question.
you.
You're welcome. Any other questions you guys got for me?
Hi, Wendy. This is Vanessa. How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much. I always get a lot of value when I attend your events, so thank you so much. I'm just
Awesome.
wondering, I know the goal is to, launch into luxury, and actually I have a couple of luxury listings coming. Um, but how do you launch into luxury, and target luxury clients without alienating your people that are not luxury? Because you still want that.
Oh, good question. Yes. Big or small, we sell them all. And I say that a lot. I say that a lot, and I make sure that I stay in constant contact with my past clients in Sphere. so that they know, so like it's funny because I went from that 17,000 square foot home photo shoot to staging a manufactured home in Boulder City in the same day. I was like, what? This is my life. This is my life right now. But I'm not gonna say no to anybody, I want to help everybody, obviously, selling, less and making more is the goal. But, and I thought that, giving my past clients to my team was gonna be like excruciating because those are my people. They're only gonna want me. That's another story we tell ourselves. Like they're perfectly happy working with my kick-ass agents, and I tell them, like, you don't understand. I made a bunch of mini-me's, and they're doing exactly, what I do. So they're going to do amazing marketing, amazing videos, and they're going to take excellent care of you, and they're like, okay, no problem, Wendy, we trust you. And I'm like, what? That was so easy. So, but yeah, you definitely want to make sure that, and we do videos. Like, I know everybody's like, oh, I only do video on my luxury homes, or I only do videos on really nice homes. We do videos and full pictures on every single thing. So you'll see me down on my YouTube at a $250,000 condo, like making a video, like, hey, investors, you're gonna love this one. You know what I mean? Like you want to give everybody the same service. And it will just get you so much more business. So yeah, they won't feel left out, but you may have to remind them.
Okay, that makes sense. And then you mentioned about like highlighting or showcasing companies that cater to luxury clients. Besides like stagers and interior designers, what are some other ideas? Of course, I'll go to ChatGPT as well.
Right. Well, and I'm thinking of like people they use like every day, So like laundry service. I mean, I really hope I have a laundry service when I make it big. But, laundry services like the mobile car detailer, right? They want people coming there to do their, stuff like that. And like I said, like the catering business, dog walking. I don't know. What else do you guys think? Anybody want to brainstorm with some more ideas?
You know what's good is the mom and pop shops, like appliances. Go look at those luxury appliances and make a connection with those kind of stores, like luxury stuff, like, the cars and everything else, because they will give you those referrals, if you refer people to them too. So it's, give and take. So do that, like find those things, and then like we're doing one right now with the mom and pop shop. We're doing smart appliances. So that's going to be fun. You know what I mean? So, and then, when you make a video like that and you tag them, they're like, where's your cards? And they'll put your cards there. So if there's an opportunity, they will give your cards away. So network is number one thing for sure in luxury. It's who you,
Awesome. Yeah. And then you better have that smart washer dryer that folds your laundry. Like, I think there's something that folds your laundry while like, I need that in my life. I wonder if that'd fit in an RV. Because the thought of just buying new clothes every week instead of doing like, because you're not supposed to use a lot of water. I don't know. I don't know. I'm kind of stressed out about the whole RV journey, but it's gonna be amazing. So anyway, laundry service, nannies, stuff like that. Like they definitely like all of that kind of stuff. But yeah, ChatGPT would probably give you a really good, nice list. And then, oh, I met someone on a Zoom the other day, and she had the Meta glasses. OMG, those are cool. She literally walked into a bagel shop and videoed the bagels. Nobody even knew she was videoing, so it's not like awkward where you're walking in with your phone and trying to make a video. She did it all right here. And it was right through her glasses and went right to her phone. I was like, oh my gosh. So even something like that, to do for your videos. Awesome. I love the bloopers. Yes, the bloopers are great. ChatGPT. Oh, tell me. Paul's already looking it up for us. Thank you, Paul. The whole time it's teaching itself while you're on the Zoom. I know, right? Okay, so do
Hey,
let's
Wendy,
see.
real quick, I just have a quick question for you.
Yes.
I
Hi.
love the presentation. Hi, the presentation was amazing. Thank you so much. I got so much out of it. So I currently have a luxury listing, and in the area that I'm at in New Jersey, the days on market is well above like average days on market's like 168, I think. And we're at day like 47, and I'm kind of getting antsy about it because I'm like, there's not too much traffic or anything. What are some actionable steps that an individual realtor could take? Like, we've done the Zillow showcase. I've reached out to every single luxury, realtor and team from New York all the way down to Delaware. So if you were at a point where it was still a little stale, like I know we're in the dog days of summer, but I just don't want to have any excuses for not, leave no stone unturned. So if you were in my position right now, like how would you strategize moving forward for the next 30 days and like getting some attention on it and things like that?
Right. So have you did amazing video on it?
Yes, so I did an amazing video. It got like over 10,000 views.
Nice.
I did a whole theme with it. It went like, I don't want to say viral, but it got a lot of attention on Instagram and stuff like that. So like we've done all of that. Just sort of like any other things that you can think of, like pro
Right. So
tips.
do you have like a full video, not like a reel, but like a full video?
Yes, so we have it on YouTube, and then we did a
Okay. And
reel
have
on
you ran
Instagram.
ads to other areas of where people are moving from?
That I have not done. That was one of the
Okay.
things, big notes
Yeah,
I
I would
took during your
definitely do
presentation.
that. Yeah,
Okay.
because that works really good. So use that migration map and find out where people are moving from and run it there, but also run it where you are, right? So I run it where, all of Las Vegas and then where people are moving from.
And
Uh,
with your sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I wanted to really touch base when you said your Facebook ads and you said like I think you said $400. Are you doing specific Facebook targeted ads? And how are you like figuring out if you are like how are you figuring out your targets with those credentials?
Right. So I use street text and they have like a little magic thing behind it we give the area and they have people that are shopping on realtor.com and Zillow and stuff like that. So they're targeting those people for you. Uh,
Gotcha.
you know what I mean? In the back end. That's why I love street text because they got the magic sauce that does it all for me. I just say where, right? So I say, here's the picture or the video, and then here's the ad copy, and then this is where I want it. And the new listing ad is the best running ad. The open house is also the best running ad. But the video ads are more like for branding. But anyway, and then I have them rotating. So like I have like a picture ad, and then I have a reel, and then I have a carousel, and then I have a full video, and I have them all rotating in front of that audience every day. So it's not, they may be seeing your property a lot because some people will click on the video, but they won't click on the picture, or some people think the picture's pretty and they won't click on the video. You know what I mean?
Right,
So
right.
so I like to have like a variety. So definitely chop it up and make it, to where you're getting a little bit of a whole bunch for your listing, but
Right.
it's not going to cost as much if you just have it running in a bundle.
And
So,
are you seeing better results with your social media open houses than your like brokers open houses? Because I got a ton of response for the brokers open house and then like ended up with like 10 people showing up. And I was like, all right, well, this was so underwhelming, and people were like, that's luxury. And I was kind of like, no, it doesn't have to be that way. Like, how can I drum up more? So like, what
right.
are some
Well,
strategies?
the luxury listings I get, they don't want open houses. They don't want just anybody coming into their house that doesn't have proof of funds.
Right.
So that's the problem with the open house. So I haven't experienced that. The broker, the luxury social media, that works good because, realtors do want to come and find a $4 million buyer, for you, and stuff like that. But yeah, so as far as regular open houses, I love running ads for the open house because that's just 50 people you can call. Who cares if nobody showed up? I just got a list of 50 people,
Right.
that I could possibly help buy and sell a house. So that's why I love those ads. But as far as your marketing for the open house, were you running ads on that or just, launching it out on the MLS and Zillow?
Yeah, we were pretty much just launching it out via the let me track back. I meant for the social media open house. Like I didn't mean the general. Like how were you getting other realtors to come in? Like what was the
Oh,
motivation? How were you
Eventbrite?
running ads on that? Like how did you go about that?
Yeah, so now I just use Eventbrite to create the event, right? So that we have a list of everybody coming, and I kind of just go through. Um, I have a software that pulls all the realtors in our area, and so I just kind of go and pick out who I want that has like really good socials,
Hmm.
and that's already selling luxury because like I want to make it. We have 20,000 realtors here. I can't invite everybody, but I
Right.
want to make sure we get, enough in to, make it a success. So
Right. Okay. Thank you so much. I
awesome.
appreciate
But
it.
congratulations, and it will sell. It will sell. Just keep going. But
Thank
yeah,
you.
I've definitely run some ads to other places where they're moving from and see if that works. If it doesn't work, it's still going to get you a lot of leads.
Will
You know what
do.
I mean? That you
Yep.
can work. All
Thank you
right.
so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, what else we got? Um, How do you get a million fish to bite 100 times? Okay. Anyway, I'm going to not answer that. And then which exit? I don't know what you're talking about. Kevin, you want to unmute and talk about what you're talking about?
I don't know. I was just Anthony said he was from Jersey, so I just commented which exit.
Ow.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, and I don't know how New Jersey real estate works there. But I know I have a couple agents from New York. Is it kind of similar as far as, being able to market and go after the luxury expired?
I mean, everybody in Jersey doesn't want people coming in Jersey right now. Um, so especially that Netflix just opened up a huge studio up there, so they're trying to like make it like New Jersey's kind of like California, but like under the radar, if that makes sense. And that's where it's going development wise, but that's they're right now the media team is trying to like push like we don't want people coming in, you know.
Oh, that's funny. Sounds like my husband. He's like, why are you targeting California? I'm like, because they have money and it's all about getting my
There's a
sellers.
lot of good money in Jersey too. Like it's very like Pennsylvania, it's very like Mennonite Amish land like scope, you know. You just got to find, you know, those properties, right? There are a lot of properties that are worth like a lot of money.
Awesome. That's a good place to be. That's a good place to be. All right. Any other questions that we have? Anybody who's tapped into luxury or wants to, but is needing to talk about mindset? All right. Okay, you guys. Riz, can you unmute and talk about what you're going to talk about tomorrow?
Yeah, so tomorrow is going to be the social media and AI, how you can implement and leverage AI to work smarter and better with social media. So, some people are like, I don't like to be on camera. And then other people are like, oh, I love to be on camera. So I'm going to show you both ways, right? Like how to do that and that. I know in the chat we were talking about Hey Jen. So I did a video last year where there's three of me in this particular video. And I'm like, guess which one is the real me? Everybody got it wrong. So AI has come up a lot in these kind of situations. Then the one time I completely lost my voice and I'm like, I have to record social media content. Luckily, my voice was already there and I just had to type a script, right, using ChatGPT, and there was a voiceover and it was good to go, right? So I'm going to teach you where you don't have to post every single day. Now, I did that just to test IG and like learn about the algorithms. My 13-year-old almost has 1,000 subscribers on his YouTube channel. So if a 13-year-old can use these tips, then what are you waiting for? And those thousands can grow to 100,000. So that's what we're going to talk about tomorrow, and how to use, things to attract buyers, sellers, even, and then you're going to get super busy. Like Wendy has a team. I have a team. We get super busy that we have to refer people out. There's no way. There was one time I had 60 buyers on my plate. 60 buyers. Do you think I could service 60 buyers by myself? No, absolutely not. So then I had to go and get buyer agents. And so I was never thinking about growing a team, but that's how you leverage. Leverage is the name of the game. So tomorrow you're going to learn about all these AI tools. You're going to learn about social media, what to do, what not to do. A lot of people are like, I'm shadow banned. There's no such thing as shadow ban. There's a particular formula for you to go viral, and I will show you how to do that. Where I know gurus charge thousands of dollars for this, you're going to get this for free tomorrow. So come prepared with your notebooks and everything. And I hope you learned a lot from Wendy. It was a lot from her. Like I said, she is a boss, right? So now you're going to learn how to do the other aspect of things, which is the social media. Because the more people get to know you, they're going to like you, they're going to trust you, they're going to refer their people to you. We're getting luxury listings because people are like referring them to us, and then they want like this clout. Oh, she has 90,000 followers. Yes, I want to work with her. Okay, come work with me. I'll do the same, like what Wendy said, big or small, we sell them all. So we'll teach you how to leverage and, have those systems in place. So tomorrow is going to be that. So, think of all your questions and stuff for tomorrow. Hopefully I'll answer all of them in the presentation, but it's going to be a lot because AI changes every day. Social media algorithms change every day. So I'll teach you, whatever is happening right now, but things can change in the next month or 3 months or 6 months. So, this is why we have Tech Tuesdays with Wendy. We have other weekly trainings as well. So, stick with Wendy and not myself and Joanna, who is her awesome, awesome sister and assistant, right? So we'll see you guys tomorrow. If you guys have any other questions, if you guys have questions, go ahead and open your mic.
Wendy, they want you to run through the QR codes one more time.
Oh, hold on. Okay, let's go back. Okay, strategy session. There's that one. Like I said, I'll put all this in the email that goes out to you guys. And then migration map, in case you guys want to scan that, get that. Street text, 7 days free trial. Go run some ads. Mojo. Grab those luxury neighborhoods.
So just a quick question. Tomorrow, same time from 12 to 12, I mean 1:30, right? Okay, thank you.
Yes. Well, it was supposed to go all the way to your Eastern time. So it's supposed to go 12 to 2, but we're wrapping it up a little bit early. This is follow, keeping sellers updated. Real marketing reports. That's what goes out in the mailbox. You guys got that? Yeah, same link too. It'll still be in the same Zoom room, so you can just save this one. And this is Tech Tuesday with Wendy. Hop into my group, watch any replays. We have a ton of trainings on street text and everything I just talked about. We have free trainings all the time. All right. Very good. All right. Thank you guys for coming and hanging out with us today. Time to go sell some houses, right? Yay. All right. Thank you. Have a good day, guys. See you tomorrow, Riz.